What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Stanswich, and thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. I never thought I'd get to this point, at least this fast. I said this multiple times, I'll say it again. I wasn't expecting to get to this point until like May or April of next year. And so to hit this milestone before Christmas, way before Christmas, relatively speaking, within December is just insane to me, and I wouldn't be here without y'all, so it's all thanks to y'all, and I appreciate each and every one of you. From those of y'all that have been here since the beginning and those of you who have just subscribed, I appreciate each and every one of you. But we're going to get into the Stanswich and where I got my namesake from. So a bit of backstory about the Stanswich. It is a sandwich, one that my mom made for me pretty much every single day in middle school and high school, and I've also made it myself at times. It was just a sandwich that I had every day, and I'd give it to my friends. They all loved it, and a combination of my last name with sandwich gives you Stanswich, and that's how the name came to be, and that became my gamer tag. So let's get into actually starting to make this Stanswich. We're going to start off with a basic roll, submarine roll. Everything that I got here in front of me is from HEB, which is a supermarket in Texas and I guess some of the surrounding states. So if you live in Texas, you'll know the superstore. If not, just your local superstore, you can find all this stuff. You're going to want to start with cutting the roll open. Be careful with the knife. If you don't feel comfortable with the knife, do not, operate it yourself. Have some adult supervision or have an adult cut it for you. But just slice that roll right through the middle. I wasn't cutting this the safest. Cutting it on a cutting board, setting it down would be the best, but I didn't want to dull the knife and didn't have a cutting board out. But do be safe when you're cutting with a knife for sure. So now that it's cut in half, our next step is going to be adding the condiments. That's going to be mustard. We're going to start off with French's yellow mustard. We're doing mainly name brand stuff, minus like the HEB rolls, but a nice little fart sound from the mustard. It is a brand new bottle, but we're gonna give it a nice healthy serving of mustard on one side of the bun, or one side of the piece of bread. It's not really like a bun, like a hamburger bun. And next is the Hellmann's mayonnaise. I really like it because it has that egg in there. Didn't really focus, but I don't think we started out, and when I say we, I'm referring to my mom and I, and also my dad as well, using Hellmann's mayo. But my brother kind of recommended it to me at one point, actually, because he'd been using it or tried it, and you can just, it's just really good. The egg, I feel like, definitely makes a difference. You can definitely tell there's egg in it, and so I love using that as my mayonnaise. And then we're gonna add in some of this Yellowbird hot sauce. It is made in San Marcos, Texas, which is pretty central in Texas, so I don't know if you can get it out of state. I'm not trying to get it to focus right here. It's a jalapeno hot sauce. It adds a bit of a, not really kick. It isn't hot enough to really, set your mouth on fire, but it just adds a bit of flavor. So I just add one line of that to the mayo side, and then put the cap back on. Probably should have done that for the mayonnaise already in case I hit it. And then we just spread that out so you don't just have one single line in the middle. Spread that out with that knife you just used to spread the mayonnaise with, and then once you are done with that, here in a second, you're going to spread out that mustard just so it isn't all clumped up. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just spread out enough and wide enough across the piece of bread that you're getting equal coverage everywhere. So we're going to put all that stuff away, just keeping the area kind of clean. And next we're moving on to the literal meat and I guess cheese of the operation. And we're going to start off with some Munster cheese. This is all Boar's Head deli products, keeping it high quality, a bit more expensive maybe, but it's just always something we've done in the family, so we're going to keep it that way. And Boar's Head is pretty much national, so you can find it anywhere, I'm fairly certain, so that's another plus of using it, is that you can get it anywhere. So we're going to put this cheese on first. That's usually the first step. And then after that, you'll see we're going to put the Ever Roast chicken breast and the maple glazed honey ham last. So it's just one cheese, two meats, and that's it. I'll put little pictures up as well as far as the exact things I'm using. I'm also using low sodium Munster actually, so just cut down a little bit on the salt. It's not super important. My dad does have problems with MSG, which is like added salt, so that's why they get that. But that was the Ever Roast chicken breast. This can also be exchanged for, I think it's called the oven gold turkey if you want, or also the, I want to say spicy or chipotle chicken breast also if you want to add a bit more kick. But I like it a lot because it's pretty much the exact size of the bun. Like, it fits perfectly on the sandwich, tastes amazing, and adds chicken flavor. Obviously, as the name implies. I'm gonna throw that down there. And the last one, the maple glazed honey coat ham, I think is actually the proper name. I usually just call it the maple glazed honey ham. But yeah, right there, maple glazed honey coat ham. And this piece is a lot larger. The actual piece of ham they cut it from is very wide, so as you can see, is a lot wider than the piece of bread. So we tear that down the middle and situate it to where that first piece that we tore, we are going to be using the full piece, is on one side, and then overlapping the second piece on top of that, as you can see, to get it nice and covered on that side of the bread. And then I'm going to put that away, make sure keep it in place tidy. Got a little crumb on my fingers, want to take that off so it didn't go anywhere else. Get all the air out of the plastic, so let you stays longer. And then the final piece is the iceberg lettuce. I did start out with romaine lettuce, but I like the crispiness of iceberg lettuce, so that's why I switched to that. Also, little side note, the jalapeno condiment wasn't something originally added to it. That was just something I found that added extra flavor on to the sandwich. That's why I eventually added it on. About like a summer ago I started putting it on, if not longer ago. But also haven't made one of these in quite a while, so this is my first one making one in a long time. But we're just gonna get that nice crispy part of a piece of lettuce, or a little sheet of lettuce, and then we're gonna tear up the rest of that little piece into smaller pieces and just lay it out so it's pretty much just covering all the meat and cheese that's underneath. And then we kind of just have it laid out, and there it is, little show and tell right there. See that? Everything, you kind of see everything except for, I guess, the chicken, cheese and mustard, but y'all saw it go on the sandwich. So there it is. You can tell there's definitely some sustenance, or some there's some stuff between those two pieces of bread. It's not just a very thin sandwich. And first bite, like I said, I haven't had one of these in a while. It was amazing. It's just what I remember. You can see everything in there, all the layers. And it may not look, super impressive from the outside, but tell you what, it tastes amazing when you actually take a bite of it. But yeah, that's the Stanswich. Now you know how to make one. I guess I need to copyright it, so you don't try to do anything suspicious with it. Try to go sell them as your own. But this is the Stanswich. And yeah, I wouldn't be here making the Stanswich without y'all, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. All the 1,000+ of you. I think we're around 1,057 as I'm voicing this over right now, and hopefully we go up and out from here. Just 1,000 isn't a stopping point. We got to keep going. Probably gonna do a face reveal at 10K. Just want to say that now, depending on how fast we get there. But yeah, thank y'all again, and I'll catch y'all next time. So peace out.